What is going on, guys? Tryhard Casual here, and we are back with some quick Konar Slayer. On today's episode, we have steel dragons in the Brimhaven dungeon. So I'm sure you know I'm going to go over this task completely and tell you everything you need to know. I'll show you how I do it, but I'll give you all the information so that you can mix it up if you don't have access to everything I'm using. I'm starting to get a small collection of Slayer guides, so I'll link those down below if you want to check more of them out. But enough messing around, we're going to hop straight into the gear and talk about what we're bringing. So on this task, because steel dragons are weak to magic, we are going to take our magic gear to use. The imbued Slayer helmet will increase damage, occult necklace, imbued god cape, tormented bracelet, those all increase your max hit, and all the other pieces will just increase your accuracy essentially. Where the variation really comes in at is what type of weapon we're using, offhand, and spell we're casting. I'll leave some different options on screen, but I'm going to take a minute and talk about what spell we're taking and why. So the cheapest option, the budget option, would be an Ivan Blast. It requires only a lower level to use and it's cheap to cast. Our two other options are either going to be using the best fire spell we have with the Tome of Fire, or using the Trident of the Swamp. So when I was looking at what spell I wanted to use, I noticed that casting Fire Wave with the Tome of Fire is actually cheaper than using a Trident of the Swamp per cast. And my Fire Wave is going to have a higher max hit than using the Trident. I will say if you have a Dragon Hunter Lance, melee might be a viable option, but it's just really expensive if you want to do that. So you may have noticed that we don't have any Dragonfire protection in our shield slot, so to compensate we are going to have an extended super anti-fire in our inventory, and that will completely negate all the Dragonfire damage. So if you did just take an extended anti-fire instead of an extended super anti-fire, you will need a different shield in your shield slot, and then you won't be able to use the Tome of Fire. Looking at the rest of our inventory, there's not a lot going on. 2 lobsters for emergency healing or just in case I get hit on the way there. So to actually get inside the Brimhaven dungeon, you will need to pay 875 gold, and there will be some vines blocking the path, so you need to bring an axe to cut those down. I'm also going to use a Drayman staff to help us get there. Inside the rune pouch, we have runes for casting Fire Wave and High Alch, and our teleport out is going to be a house tab. So looking at the map, there are actually 2 ways to get inside the Brimhaven dungeon here. I know the popular method is to take a charter ship from Ardougne and then just run down, or maybe take a house teleport and then run down. It's right at this point you'll have to pay for entry. Another way to get in is actually down south here, and that will land you closer to the dragons if you have it unlocked. To actually unlock this entrance, you'll need to pay 5,000 trading sticks to the NPC there. All you have to do is pay it one time and it'll be open forever. A Taibo One-Eye teleport will get you pretty close to the entrance, but I'm going to opt for the fairy ring because that's not too far off either. If you opted to take the normal way into the dungeon, you'll need to go down here. You'll find yourself in this room, you'll walk down, there'll be some vines you need to cut, you walk this way, there'll be a stepping stone on the lava that you get over. I know the map doesn't show it, but there is one. Then you'll run down, keep going this way, there'll be more vines you need to cut through these hallways. Find yourself at the Black Demons, and right here is going to be all of the metal dragons. Right here is where the other entrance would be if you took the 5,000 trading sticks entry, so you won't need the gold or the axe if you go this way. Although once you're in this area, anyone can kill these steel dragons, but the ones over here are for Slayer task only. Okay, so we are at the trading stick entrance. Before you go down, you probably want to sip your anti-fire because there'll be some dragons right when you go down. You don't want to get hit by them. Okay, so we have finally made it. I'm opting for the Slayer room just because there's more of them in here and I won't get tagged by the dragons I don't want to hit. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So I will see you guys after I kill 43 more of these. Okay, that is another task done. It only took us a little bit over 30 minutes, so it's not a terribly long one at all. Looking at the price check, we ended up with 365k. So for a half hour, that's honestly not too bad. But remember, we did use a lot of spells. We used the extended super anti-fires. On top of that, your steel bars won't be noted like they were for me unless you have the Karamja Elite Diaries done, so they're not even worth picking up if they're not noted. And then also, you need to have Monkey Madness 2 completed for the Dragon Javelin heads to drop. So are steel dragons worth doing on a task? Probably not, honestly. It didn't take too long, but I do have higher level gear, higher level stats. So I would recommend blocking these bad boys. But that is going to bring us to the end of the video. I do have a small goal this week to have 2 more videos out, so we're going for 3 instead of the normal 2. So look for the next one on Wednesday, but if not, we'll have our regular one on Friday. So I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next one.